Mars Incorporated, makers of America's most enjoyable candy bars, presents Curtain Time! The makers of Snickers welcome you to Curtain Time. The lobby is abuzz with excitement tonight, everyone anxious to see the new play. And here, as at every opening night, is the well-known man about town, your host, Patrick Allen.
Good evening.
Mr. Allen, can you tell us something about tonight's play?
Just that it's very amusing, John, as you'll see in a moment. But there's the overture, so we'd better hurry inside the theater for tonight's production of Curtain Time.
Tickets, please. Thank you, sir. Seventh row center. Seat 7 and 8.
Thank you. Well, now that we're comfortably seated, let's glance at the program. Harry Elders and Nanette Sargent, supported by the Curtain Time players, are starred tonight in Double Life. Mr. Elders plays the part of Bradley Stevens, and Miss Sargent is cast as Linda Marsh.
Curtain time!
There's the call for the first act of Double Life. It's early evening, and Bradley Stevens, a young composer and pianist, is walking down the street with Linda Marsh, who is also a composer. A very attractive composer.
And what's more, Brad, if we work hard on our piano concerto for 4 or 5 more days, I know we'll be able to finish it. Don't you agree?
Mm-hmm. But you know something, Linda? It's only 7:30.
Of course, it's bound to be successful. I'm sure the critics will love it.
Really seems a shame to go home so early.
Oh, which reminds me, did you play the first part of it for Ralph Farnsworth yet?
Say, I hear there's a marvelous new dance band at the Continental, Linda.
Did you play it for him?
Did I play what for whom?
Why, the first part for your good friend who's the president of the Farnsworth Music Corporation.
Oh, our concerto? Yeah, I played it for him last night at his recording studios.
Did he like it?
Well, he didn't say.
He didn't?
There was a big party going on, and a bunch of maniacs called the Windy Woodshedders Chamber Music Society were making a lot of noise.
The Windy... Oh, no. What kind of chamber music do they play?
Torture chamber music.
Brad, why don't you go and talk to Mr. Farnsworth tonight?
All right, Linda. He's throwing a party tonight, and you're coming along.
Oh, I'd love to, only...
And then afterwards, we'll stop in at the Continental for a while.
No, Brad, that's out of the question.
Well, why?
Because you're going to give your recital in New York tomorrow, and your train leaves at 7 in the morning.
Oh, sure.
Brad, you've got to get some sleep.
Sleep? You know I'll just lie awake again all night thinking of you.
Now, please, Brad, please don't talk like that.
Why not?
Well, I told you before, I just don't want to become, well, emotionally entangled with anybody. Not just now.
Linda, you do like me, don't you?
You know I do,
But you're afraid I'll turn out to be another screwball.
Now, Brad, that's not fair.
But it's true. You're afraid I'll turn out to be another Dexter or Peter or John.
Brad, please.
I know Dexter was wonderful, except that he liked to write novels in Greek, just so he could translate them into French.
No, please, I asked you.
And then there was Peter. But, why go on?
Yes, why?
Look, Linda, you don't have to worry about me. I'm a genius, but I'm a completely normal genius.
Now, listen, Brad, I'll think things out while you're gone, and after you come back...
Yes?
We'll finish the concerto.
Oh.
Now, run along and see Ralph Farnsworth like a good boy.
Well, Brad, now that everybody's gone, how'd you like the party?
That sure was great, Ralph.
Boy, what a rat race. 4 o'clock in the morning.
Gee, you're right. I've got to make an early train for New York.
Well, sit down and take it easy. I'll pile you on the train, and you can sleep between here and the big city.
Okay. But say, Ralph, you never told me how you liked the piano concerto.
The piano concerto?
Now, you remember. I started to play it for you, and then...
Oh, sure. Then the Windy Woodshedders picked it up and proceeded to murder it.
Brother, are they a bunch of clowns.
Yeah, I'll say.
You know, I couldn't get sore at them. They were having too much fun trying to whip up some nutty words to go with a melody.
You came up with the craziest lyrics of all.
Oh, that's right, I did. Oh, what a song. I got a hole in my head.
Yeah. The boys really loved it.
Well, they must have. Why, they wouldn't let me get up from the piano. We kept playing and singing it all night.
And recording it, too, don't forget.
I nearly died when you told me I'd written a hit tune and you were going to buy it from me.
Yeah. I said I was going to print the record and foist it off on the public.
What a sense of humor. Why, you even brought out a contract, you know?
And you signed it right on the dotted line.
Sure. I can go along with a gag.
Brad, it wasn't a gag.
Huh? Ralph, you can't be serious.
Oh, but I am.
But who in their right mind would want to listen to that crazy thing?
Listen, Brad, I think I got a hole in my head.
I'll say you have.
Let me finish. I think your song is the catchiest novelty tune I've ever heard.
Oh, Ralph, you're joking.
I am not. It'll sell 1 million platters. It'll hit the crackpot jackpot.
Oh, no, that beautiful piano concerto ruined forever.
But, Brad, you've written a hit song. You'll be rich and famous.
You mean rich and infamous?
I mean famous because I'm even going to put your name on the record as a band leader.
What?
Bradley Stevens and his Windy Woodshedders.
Oh, great Scott. Are you trying to ruin me?
Ruin you? Of course not.
Listen, Ralph, I'm a composer. I'm a concert pianist. I'm on my way to the top.
I know all that.
If I want the public to consider me as a serious artist, I can't have my name associated with this novelty record.
Okay, we'll change your name.
Change my name. To what?
I've got it. We'll call you Gibby Gilbert.
Gibby Gilbert?
Uh-huh. Gibby Gilbert and his manic depressive beboppers. Oh, baby, baby, what a combo. Gibby Gilbert piano, hipster wolf trumpet, slap happy Robbins trombone, Zoot Ogilvy clarinet, Doghouse Flanagan bass, Pork Chops Mitchell guitar.
Oh, great, great.
And a square on the drums by the name of Donald Frobisher.
How did he sneak in?
I don't know, but I'll have to do something with him. Let me see.
Oh, what a mess. And good gosh, how will I ever be able to face Linda?
Fish face Frobisher. No, that's no good. What do you mean, face Linda?
Well, we worked on the piano concerto together, Ralph. She had such high hopes for it. And now what'll I tell her?
Well, why don't you tell her the truth?
Are you crazy? The shock would probably... No, I couldn't.
Well...
Listen, Ralph, I'm trying to make a good impression on her. But if she ever finds out about this, my goose is cooked.
Why?
Because she's got no use for screwballs. You've heard of Peter Koopman, haven't you?
The composer?
Yes.
Why, sure.
Well, he and Linda were engaged. But she gave him the air when she found out he spent all his spare time composing a symphony for his 30 pet dogs.
A symphony for dogs?
Yes. A supersonic symphony pitched so high that only dogs can hear it.
Well, I don't blame her.
You've also heard of John Dimbleby, the baritone, I suppose.
Of course.
Well, he and Linda got along swell until the day he decided operas were just so much junk and gave a recital of hillbilly songs.
Well, that's different anyway.
Sure, but you can see the spot I'm in.
Oh, yes, indeed.
And then being out of town a couple of days and... Oh, my aching head. What am I going to do?
Hey, I got it.
Ralph, what is it?
Flatmouth Frobisher.
Oh...
Gibby Gilbert and his manic depressive beboppers. If I hear that record on the radio once more, I'll scream. Come in.
Hello, Linda.
Oh, Brad, hello.
I rushed over here as soon as my train got in.
Oh, Brad, I'm so glad you're back. Something horrible has happened.
It has?
Our piano concerto, Brad. It's been stolen.
Do you know who stole it?
Yes, some moron by the name of Gibby Gilbert.
You don't happen to know who this Gibby Gilbert is? Or do you?
Yes, I do.
You do?
Who? He's a screwball band leader who obviously hates music.
Oh.
He turned our lovely concerto into an atrocious novelty song.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Yes, and he calls this musical monstrosity, I Got a Hole in My Head.
Oh, that's terrible.
Well, he isn't going to get away with it. When I get through with Gibby Gilbert, he will have a hole in his head.
The curtain falls on the first act of tonight's Curtain Time play, starring Harry Elders and Nanette Sargent. And now, John Weigel.
Tomorrow will be the first day of autumn, the season when all of us look forward to the crisp, cool evenings. And one little treat that will always mean added enjoyment of a fall evening stroll is the taste treat of a Snickers candy bar. For each bite of a Snickers bar is rich with the rare flavor of the choicest candy ingredients. A thick milk chocolate coating, a golden layer of smooth, creamy caramel, packed with crisp, freshly roasted peanuts, over a soft nougat center, abundantly flavored with fresh peanut butter and real malted milk. All melt together in each enjoyable mouthful to give you that rare taste blend you will find only in a Snickers bar. When you want a special taste delight, have a Snickers.
There's the call for the second act of Double Life, brought to you by the makers of Snickers. Bradley Stevens and Linda Marsh have written a concerto, which, through a series of circumstances, was recorded under the title of I Got a Hole in My Head. To make matters worse, Brad, who didn't realize it, helped out. But though she doesn't know this, Linda's furious just the same. It's now the next morning. Brad at home goes to answer the phone.
Hello?
Hello, Brad. This is Ralph.
Ralph.
Yeah, chum. How does it feel to be famous?
Listen, you dog, I'm getting out of town until this whole farce dies down.
But, Brad...
I'm going to hide in a cave and live on berries until it's safe to come back.
Oh, now, wait a minute.
There's no use arguing with me.
But listen, man, I got some terrific news for you.
What do you mean, news?
You're opening tomorrow night with your manic depressive beboppers at the biggest nightclub in town, the Continental.
I am not.
No? Well, take a good look at that contract you signed. I practically own you.
I don't care. I won't do it.
Okay, Brad, if that's the way you feel about it, I'm your friend. I won't force you.
Thanks, Ralph.
I'll just tell all the newspapers that Gibby Gilbert and Bradley Stevens are one and the same man.
Well, if you can't do that. That is, you wouldn't. Okay, you would.
Well?
Then Linda will know it. Oh, all right. You win tomorrow night at the Continental.
Well, Brad, I knew you wouldn't disappoint me.
But suppose somebody comes in, one of my friends, or...
Oh, don't worry about that. Just wear sunglasses and a hand-painted shirt, and nobody will ever recognize you.
I'm not so sure about that.
Don't worry, Gibby. Come down later in the day, and we'll straighten out all the details.
The way I figure it, Gibby, you ought to open and close the show with I Got a Hole in My Head.
Mm-hmm.
And play it about 20 or 30 times in between.
Oh, fine.
And another thing, Gibby.
Stop calling me Gibby.
Okay, Gibby, okay. Ralph Farnsworth speaking.
Hello, Mr. Farnsworth. This is Linda Marsh.
Oh, hello, Linda.
Linda?
What can I do for you?
Well, it's about this Gibby Gilbert.
Gibby Gilbert? Oh, jeepers. What is it, Linda? Do you want to get a hold of him?
Yes, by the neck.
Well, he's right here. Shall I put him on?
No, Ralph, no.
Yes, let me talk to him.
Swell. It's for you, Gibby.
She'll recognize my voice.
Well, then disguise it.
But that won't work unless... I've got it.
Hello? Hello?
Hi, sugar. This is Gibby Gilbert. What's the good word?
Mr. Gilbert, my name is Linda Marsh, and I...
Linda Marsh. Well, hello, you mellow-rooney rowdy-vowdy.
I beg your pardon?
What's the matter, chick? Don't you dig me? I said you mellow-rooney rowdy-vowdy. You know, Viddle-Vop.
No, I don't know, little Vop. And see here, Mr. Gilbert, I've heard I've got a hole in my head.
It's solid, ain't it? Groovy, what I mean, Dickie. Really does something to you, hey, chick?
Certainly does. Makes my blood boil. You stole it from our piano concerto. You thief.
Now, wait a minute, sis. You're strictly nowhere.
Don't try to deny it, you crook. You stole it from the concerto Bradley Stevens and I wrote.
Oh, stash the gaff, baby. If anything, you lifted your long-hair concerto from my song.
Well, of all the nerve.
Listen, honey, I wrote that tune 5 years ago, and I got papers to prove it.
Oh, you liar. You listen to me, Gibby Gilbert. Mr. Stevens and I are suing you for $100,000.
Oh.
I'm going out and hire a lawyer right now. I'll see you in court, you mellow-rooney meatball.
But Linda, Miss Marsh. Hello. Well, how do you like that?
What?
I'm suing myself for $100,000.
No, Brad, nothing doing.
Oh, but Linda, if you'll just let me talk to Gibby Gilbert, I'm sure he'll be willing to settle out of court.
But we won't. We're not letting that crook get away with anything.
Oh, but Linda,
Brad, why are you so anxious to have this settled out of court?
Why, I just want to spare you that awful newspaper publicity. I'm only thinking of you, Linda.
Oh, Brad, you're a darling.
What did you say?
I said you're a darling, darling.
Say, you aren't becoming emotionally entangled with me, are you?
Oh, no. I already am. Hopelessly so.
Oh, darling.
I guess I've always been, but I really was afraid you might turn out to be another screwball. That is, until today.
Until today?
Yes, until I talked to that crazy Gibby Gilbert on the phone and suddenly realized how silly it was to worry about you.
Huh?
Oh, Brad, you're so normal and conventional and sane.
But, Linda, maybe you shouldn't be too hasty. I mean, after all, you really don't know me any too well.
Oh, now, Brad, don't tell me you have any little secrets you're keeping from me.
Well, no little ones.
Then will you please stop wasting time and kiss me?
Oh, darling, I've been waiting so long for this moment. Oh, great Scott, it happens every time.
Oh, that must be Mr. Jeffries.
Mr. Jeffries.
Our lawyer, darling. I asked him to come over.
Oh, gosh, our lawyer.
Oh, Miss Marsh.
Oh, Mr. Jeffries, come in.
Thank you.
Mr. Jeffries, this is Bradley Stevens.
How do you do?
I'm tickled pink to know you, Mr. Jeffries.
Well, I've got good news for you two young people. I'll win that $100,000 judgment for you in no time at all.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Sure. But don't you think 100,000 is a little too high?
No, it's peanuts. We'll sue Gibby Gilbert for $200,000.
Oh, good.
200,000?
200,000 will never atone for this heinous crime. I'll have him put away for life.
Serves him right.
For life?
I'll demand the supreme penalty. I'll send him to the chair.
The chair?
Well, of course,
I'll have him strung up by his thumbs. I'll have him boiled in oil.
Oh.
Well, please, Mr. Jeffries.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I demand that this depraved monster who snivels at the bar of justice...
Mr. Jeffries.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I guess I was carried away by my own eloquence.
Yes, I guess you were.
Thank you.
Before I forget it, Mr. Jeffries, when are you going to have the papers served on Gibby Gilbert?
Why, tomorrow morning. I'm going to take care of it myself.
Good. We're going with you.
We?
Why, of course, darling. Oh, I can hardly wait to see the dumb look on Gibby Gilbert's stupid face.
Before we bring you the third act of tonight's Curtain Time play, starring Harry Elders and Nanette Sargent, here is John Weigel.
It has been many, many years since candy lovers were first introduced to the delightful taste treat of a Snickers candy bar. Now Snickers bars are famous as truly fine candy. For with each bite of a Snickers, your teeth sink through a thick milk chocolate coating that is no ordinary chocolate, but the finest pure milk chocolate, and into a layer of the smoothest caramel you have ever tasted, packed with crisp, whole, freshly roasted peanuts. At almost the same moment, you taste the rich nougat center that has been whipped to delicate softness and abundantly flavored with fresh peanut butter and real malted milk. Altogether, the milk chocolate, creamy caramel, crisp peanuts, and soft nougat make each bite of a Snickers bar a real taste thrill, right down to the last delightful flavor that lingers in your mouth. When you want a special taste delight, have a Snickers.
There's the call for the third act of Double Life, brought to you by the makers of Snickers. Enraged that Gibby Gilbert stole the concerto she wrote with Bradley Stevens, Linda Marsh retained a lawyer to sue the jazz band leader. But she doesn't know that Gibby is really Brad. Well, now, the next evening, Brad has just reached Ralph Farnsworth, the cause of all his troubles, on the telephone.
Hello, Ralph.
Brad, where have you been all day?
Been trying to get you for the last hour. Before that, I was riding around town with Linda and Mr. Jeffries.
What on earth for?
I've been helping them look for me.
Oh, I get it.
Getting pretty sore, too. We can't find me anyplace.
That's great, but listen, old man, do you know what time it is?
Sure I know. I'm supposed to go on in 15 minutes.
Well, you better get over here then and fast. Where are you now?
In the lobby of the Hotel Hamilton.
The Hotel Hamilton? Why, that's way out.
Don't worry, I'll make it. Linda and Jeffries are outside in Jeffries' car waiting for me, but as soon as I ditch them, I'm on my way.
Any luck, Brad?
Nope. Gibby Gilbert was here, but he checked out this afternoon.
Where'd he go?
He went to visit his brother-in-law in Glenville.
Good. I was beginning to think we'd never catch up with him.
Let's see, that's about 60 miles from here.
I hope you got the address.
Yes, it's 1122 Marshall Street.
Well, let's get going.
Gee, I'm awfully sorry, Linda, but I'm afraid you two will have to go alone. You see, I have I have a previous engagement.
Are we almost there, Mr. Jeffries?
About 20 miles more, Miss Marsh. What was that address again?
1122 Marshall Street.
1122 Hey, wait a minute.
What's the matter?
Nothing, except that there is no Marshall Street in Glenville.
Are you sure?
I just remembered all the streets have numbers instead of names.
But I don't understand. Why would Brad want to lie to us?
I don't know, but there's something funny going on here, and we're going to find out what it is.
Well, of course, but...
Now, let me think. He probably took a cab in front of the Hotel Hamilton, in which case the doorman might remember.
Remember what?
Well, I'll tell you as soon as we find out what he remembers.
Mr. Jeffries, what did you find out from the doorman?
That I was right. He said he hailed a cab for Brad the minute we drove away.
And then?
He heard him tell the driver where to take him.
But where did he...
He went to the Continental Club, and that's where we're going. Well, here we are, Miss Marsh, the Continental.
Oh, I wonder what... Look, Mr. Jeffries.
What?
Look at that sign.
Well, I'll be. Gibby Gilbert and his manic-depressive beboppers.
Come on, let's go in. I want to get to the bottom of this.
Okay.
Oh, what a mob. Do you see Brad anyplace?
No, I'm afraid I don't.
Thanks, Cats. Thanks a million.
Oh, look.
Thank you.
There's Gibby Gilbert
Thank
on the
you.
bandstand.
Oh, the big
Thanks again,
freak.
Cats. You're a hep crowd tonight, and I'm glad you're tasting the vanilla.
Oh, good heavens, what talk.
Right now, my little combo's beat to its socks, but after we take 10, we'll all be back to dish up the rebop again.
Well, oh, they're leaving the bandstand. Hey, what a break. Gibby Gilbert's coming this way.
Swell. Have you got the papers ready?
Right here in my hand. Oh, look at him, will you?
What a character.
Get a load of that beret and those sunglasses and that loud shirt hanging halfway down to his knees.
Oh, dear me, he looks just like an ape, doesn't he? Mr. Gilbert?
My autograph? Why, Natch, I'll be happy to. Linda.
Why, oh no.
Bradley Stevens.
Look, Linda, I know what you're thinking, but you're wrong.
You monster.
Honest, I'm innocent. I was tricked.
You loathsome, despicable, crawling reptile.
Now, Linda, don't get yourself all excited.
Bradley Stevens, to think that you turned out to be a depraved, moronic music butcher.
Oh, gee, I hope...
Oh, it's you again.
Yes, Linda, and...
Go away.
Not so fast. I've got something for you. Here.
What's that?
Check for your half of the royalties from I Got a Hole in My Head.
Take it away. It's blood money.
Blood money?
You got it for murdering our piano concerto.
Oh, but Linda, if you'll just let me explain...
No?
Please, I take my music seriously, too.
Oh, sure.
But I also like to relax and clown around with it. That's how I happen to write I Got a Hole in My Head.
Oh, I bet.
Honest, Linda, everything that happened after that was beyond my control.
I don't care. Bradley Stevens, you're an irresponsible, wacky crackpot. And I'm certainly glad I found out about you in time.
Okay, if that's the way you feel about it, I'll let you in on something else.
What?
I like to play the piano with my toes.
Oh, no.
What's more, I'm glad I found out about you in time.
About me?
Yes, the trouble with you is that you're too stuffy.
What?
You're so sober and dignified about music, you forget that it's supposed to be fun.
Well, of all the insolent...
Why don't you let your hair down for a change? It would do you good.
Bradley Stevens, you get out of here. Get out, I say.
Hello, Brad. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Still carrying the torch, huh? Well, cheer up. You'll get over it.
Sure.
I was in love myself once, but I got over it just like that. Only took me 4 years.
Uh-huh.
Oh, by the way, I'm glad you dropped in.
Why?
I got a new song for you in the band. It's terrific.
Is it?
Oh, it's a beautiful thing. A tender, poignant love song.
What's it called?
His feet don't match. Well, Brad, what did I tell you? Your record of His Feet Don't Match is sweeping the country. But that's not all.
No?
Just listen to this. I've got another new song for you.
Another tender, poignant love song?
This one's about a guy who tries to kill his wife with a gun but can't shoot straight.
What's the title?
It's called I Miss You, Darling.
Sounds beautiful, Ralph. Who wrote it?
Buzz Burton, the same fellow who wrote His Feet Don't Match. And that reminds me.
What?
Buzz is working on something right now, but he's stuck. He wants you to collaborate with him.
He wants me to collaborate with...
Yeah.
Well, why not?
Swell. Wait a minute, and I'll find his address.
I'd like to see Buzz Burton. Linda.
Hello, Brad.
Linda, don't tell me you're... No, you couldn't be.
Buzz Burton? Uh-huh.
Then you wrote His Feet Don't Match, and...
I miss you, darling.
Oh, I miss you too, darling. But what... I don't understand why you...
You told me I was too stuffy. Don't you remember?
Oh, but I was sore. I didn't really mean it.
I know, Brad. But here, this is what I wanted you to collaborate on with me.
What? Why, Linda, it's a piano concerto.
Yes, darling. But look at the next line.
By Mr. and Mrs. Bradley Stevens. Wonderful. We'll take it with us when we go on our honeymoon. We can...
Now, see here, Gibby Gilbert. Will you stop beating your chops and kiss me?
I sure will, Buzz. Just pucker up and slip me the lips.
The curtain falls on the last act of another Curtain Time play brought to you by the makers of Snickers. Tonight, Curtain Time starred Harry Elders and Nanette Sargent in Double Life by Bob Piran. The supporting players were George Caesar and Arthur Peterson. The Curtain Time Orchestra is conducted by Bert Farber, and the entire production is directed by Harry Holcomb. Next Saturday, Curtain Time will present a comedy romance entitled Grandmother Knew Best. And now I'll join this gay theater crowd as it leaves the Merchandise Mart. Many on their way to the glamorous after-theater spots here in Chicago. Until next week, then, this is Patrick Allen reminding you of your date every Saturday, same time, same station, when the makers of Snickers present Curtain Time!
Each week, Mars Incorporated brings you two great shows over NBC. On Monday night, be sure to hear Dr. IQ, the mental banker. And next Saturday, be with us again for Curtain Time. Remember, when you want a special taste delight, have a Snickers.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
WMAQ, NBC in Chicago. 7 p.m., BUL, OVA, Bulova Watch Time.